that happened up there was so swift and so dramatic and so destructive. They're still trying to work out really what the hell happened to them up there. The damage up there was ferocious. We saw brick walls knocked out straight through people's homes. This is where cars barreled down creek beds and they just didn't know what was going on. So they're still trying to work it out, but they are getting on with things and trying to clean it up.
And then miles of Grantham and Gatton and water just funneling all towards Brisbane.
It's extraordinary. I mean, look at it now. I mean, that is what it's like, the half hour or so it takes to fly up there and all the way back. I mean, you can see where those towns have been so badly destroyed. I mean, where there are tiny creek beds and rivers winding through towns, you can see where, like, for a kilometre, a swathe of water has cut through them all. And this is not, they're not lakes or reservoirs. This is flood damage that we're looking at right here. And this is all still headed down to Brisbane.
What was the Ivanhoe Dam like? That must be an absolutely spectacular and kind of frightening sight.
It is spectacular and it is frightening. You're exactly right, because the water is just gushing out of there now. The dam is trying to hold all that floodwater as best it can, but they have to let it out, and you know that is still flowing through here. And that will be.
They have to let it out so it doesn't come out.
There's a flood slipway. If it goes through that naturally, if it gets over that, they can't control it. This way, they can control it a bit. It looks like they shouldn't, but they have to let it out so they can try and control their water. Unfortunately, it still all ends up down here though, and it's still going to make it worse down here for days to come.
More coming in the next 8 hours, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, Lena.
Just a reminder now about the emergency hotline that's been set up. It is 1300 993 191. But please, only ring that in an emergency. Those lines have to stay open. And we will be back with more of this special edition of ACA after the break.